Yeah. Some of you are about to transition in whatever shape or form. Speak for itself. So basically, the Ace of Swords in the upright here is the Sword of Truth. So if it's in the reverse, that just tells me it also goes along with this card. So whoever you people are that have been portraying to be of the collective, you're a liar. You've been exposed as a liar. And even though you're exposed as a liar, you're still trying to push out illusions. Like, no, I'm really the original and they're really the fake. The difference is, my dears, we're not stalking your pages. Do you understand? We're not out here trying to do nefarious acts towards you. We're not out here trying to pay people to do you harm. You literally don't exist to us. You exposed yourself the minute you could not keep our names out of your mouth. And it's like you've been on this quest to prove that you're better than the blueprint. How? This is why God's exposing the way he is. And it's been a long time coming. A long time coming. Now your asses are stuck in the dumbass decisions you made. And all the bullshit you've been spreading, because funny enough, you've been asked questions that you cannot answer. Some of you are even trying to backtrack. Or you're trying to shift the blame instead of taking accountability. It's like you refuse to take accountability, but guess what? The universe ain't gonna allow that. Whether you take accountability or not, you're still gonna receive karma and judgment, period. It is what it is. You can't try and say, oh, but I'm just going by what so-and-so says. It's like you're forgetting how hell-bent you were on the actions you was doing. That people witnessed. The only people who didn't witness it was the ones who wasn't interested. It is what it is. I said what I said. Yeah, you just don't like the fact of we couldn't be tempted. And then there's probably a lot of people that you did tempt that are probably in regret and remorse, but it is what it is. Like I said in it, you're just gonna continue to try and use other people to shield yourself from being the orchestrators. Do you understand? And it doesn't matter. You're all going down one by one. So continue to sit on your sinking ship. You don't care. It is what it is. You chose to marry the devil. You chose to take your blood oath. Now you got to stand on that shit.
You're getting married. Did you find a boy in your office? Mom likes her chit-chats. And money sent to her UPI.
I like that. He wasn't able to. He wasn't able to steal someone else's position because it was never yours to steal in the first place. No matter how much you went around being fraudulent, no matter how much false narratives you spread or how much slander you sent, no matter how much you were trying to distort energies around whoever you was targeting, even around the people you was trying to put into this false sense of security that are now waking up. And it's funny, I said this already. I think I said this 1 week ago. The same steps you took to attack certain individuals, the same people in your circle are realizing shit that they went through was at your hands because they're seeing the same patterns. You know, people run their mouth too much. They put their self in it, in a nutshell. But you didn't get what you was looking for either way. Whatever you did get, you acted like it was more than what it was. You're still out here trying to fake a persona with energy you don't have. Isn't a wonder that you're very erratic? Because every little bit, whether you took like a pinch from this person, a pinch from that person, a pinch from that person, it's not natural, is it? Because you've taken it from all different kinds of people. So then you try to stand up in that energy and present some type of persona where you're all over the place. Some off the cuff things you probably come out with. Doesn't surprise me. But either way, we have unity. You didn't stop that. There's more of us standing up. And as well as there's more of us exposing fake ass individuals like yourselves, including family members. It is what it is. And the so-called best friends we grew up with that always had a secret hatred. Funny that. For a lot of us, we kind of sensed it, but in our own way of trying to see the best in these individuals, we didn't want to believe that was how they truly felt. We just thought, oh, maybe they're going through something. No. This is why these people was placed in your life for this reason. To make you feel less than, or to treat you like you're beneath them. When really, you one individual had more substance than all of these people put together. And they knew it too. They knew it too, collective. You're coming together with the right people at the right time. It may have taken a bit of time. It may have been delayed slightly. But the fact of the matter is, you still reached the end goal. And this is how you know it was the people closest to you, is because they kept trying to attack you with your own triggers that they believed were still triggers to you. But once you healed, you've seen it for what it was, you accepted it for what it is, and continued to move forward. They only became enemies purely because they couldn't trigger you with what they was used to triggering you with. And that, in sense, triggered them. Yeah, it triggered them. And I can imagine some of these people where they were so hell-bent on whatever they was focused on, probably said and done and acted in ways where the people that witnessed it never would have thought these people would have done and acted and behaved the way they did. And it's all crumbling. It is what it is. All crumbling. Anything else for this current energy? Are any of these individuals in the chat script, please and thank you. It only say what people wish for you is what they wish for themselves. You're in grief. Probably despair, but you're in grief anyway. You're in grief, anguish. It's like you're telling yourself, this can't be happening. I can just imagine. I can't believe this is happening. So now you're trying to find ways or trying to project blame to anyone or anything in the hopes that it will stick. This is why you're frantic. And then whoever it sticks to, that will then be the object of your target. And like you'll make them the scapegoat because you couldn't make the blueprint the scapegoat. Yeah. We're clearly seeing the results of our work. A lot of you getting good news. That's still coming. I know sometimes things take longer, but is how can I say, you've got to see the signs. Whereas these people think that they can pull cards on you and find out that way. Do you really think the Most High is stupid? He knows you better than you know you. Even the ones that have so-called said they've studied us, so they can then go out and impersonate us, whatever. It's like anytime you change something different about yourself, do you know what I mean? Or you take a different path, it's like these people get knocked for six. It's like we're evolving too fast for these people to mimic. And this probably explains why, for some of you, they've been trying to like hack your phones like it's gone out of fashion. Because that's the same tactic they used the last time to steal certain ideas from you. And then run with these same ideas or creations or whatever it was to then portray it like it was them. And people see the truth. Because like I said, you've been asked questions you can't answer. You might be trying to hide the fact of what you're experiencing, but we know you're going through shit and we don't care. It is what it is. It was all fun and games when we were suffering. It was all fun and games when you thought you was unaware of where the attacks was coming from. And family's at the top of the list. Jealous, evil, hateful family are at the top of the list. Yeah. You can believe these people are trying to steal your new ideas, they're trying to pull cards on you, to try and figure out and plot and plan or work out where you're going to go to next, what any new ideas you're having. Do you know what I mean? What's your next plan of action? And because you chose to move differently, they're not getting the results they was expecting. For some of these people, I think they was very cocksure of themselves. They was very, what's the word? They was very certain that what they was doing was gonna yield some type of result for them. And it hasn't. Whatever entity they was playing with that made them believe whatever they made them believe, that's on them. No one really gives a shit. It is what it is. To the I would say the extended individuals, because right about now they don't really have a title. So let's just say the add-ons and the pick-me's. Very bitter. Real bitter. I mean, you must be bitter if you've got to sit in the mirror and try and do glamour magic. You must really be bitter if you have to try and affect the appearance of someone else that's minding their own business. And this is what will get you after people more. It's like the more you try and target somebody else, is the quicker it rebounds back to you. And you're feeling the adverse effect of it. Doesn't matter how much filters you put on your shit, or how much maybe you want to try and cover up with, or how much delusional glamour you want to try and do to try and make yourself or self look presentable or be viewed in a certain way. People can sense it. Anybody that has discernment will know instantly. So you might thought, oh, let's do some dumb magic to try and block their senses or block their third eyes or mess up their chakras. It's like you forget, once you've elevated to a certain level, it's kind of like when you do these little dumb things, it's kind of like you're tickling someone's foot bottom. That's the best way I can describe it. It's like you're tickling someone's foot bottom, it has no effect. And then the minute any of us come online or post anything, you people are the first ones viewing it. Do you understand? Trying to whip or trying to see if anything you've done, you're trying to see the effects of the shit you've been trying to push out. And the minute you don't, I sense it, especially at nighttime as well. I think a lot of you, your anger, it's more unleashed in the nighttime hours for whatever reason. But I sense it strongly. I don't know if you think it's because people are, I don't know, asleep, so you can then act out whatever it is you're feeling internally. But I do sense a lot more rage at certain hours of the night, so to speak. But yeah. So for some of you who have had, or if you've been working or researching new ideas, just continue to move in silence. It kind of gives an evening to the walls have ears. To some extent, these people have no access, if that makes any sense. Even when they pull cards, I don't think they're getting anything accurate. It's like whatever thoughts they're putting into whoever's pulling cards for them, that's the outcome they're getting, if that makes any sense. But not realizing whatever outcomes in the cards is nothing to do with us. It's what's destined for them or what they're currently experiencing. A lot of you have love, or you're getting more love. It doesn't have to be like lovers. Of course, those that was wishing for a true divine counterpart, it is what it is. But these past individuals, there's nothing they can do. They literally, at this point, they're non-existent, is what I will say. For my situation, that's for my opinion. So I can't tell anybody else how to move on how they want to perceive anything. But what I will say is a leopard never changes its spots. A snake only sheds its skin to be a bigger snake. So just remember that before you even think about letting anybody from your past come anywhere near you at all. Because half of these people are experiencing the karma in the sense of they only want to get back around you to shield themselves from karma that they rightfully deserve. And the Most High has really told you, don't stand in the way. Yeah, because whilst they're going through karma, you're being revived, is what I'm getting. So all your cups are being refilled. I think for some of you, that these people was coming for, before they could take anything more, some of us decided to just empty the cups ourselves. Like we kicked that shit over. Go and scrape up those fluids off the floor. That's your worth, so go and scrape up that shit off the concrete. Hopefully you did it in grass so the earth can take that shit. This is so hilarious. I knew it makes it mad as well. Yeah, I told you. That is mad because he couldn't tempt you. That is mad because he couldn't tempt you. Because they are the devil. I think the fact that you spoke up when it didn't expect you to, the fact that you stood on 10, they didn't expect you to, the fact that this is a version of yourself that they will never have the pleasure of experiencing. Ever. Hence why they got to do all this little weak ass dumb shit like cowards. I mean, think about it. Anybody who has a real issue with you if there was anything genuine in it, they would have a conversation with you. But clearly, it's because they have some type of underlying insecurity within their self or jealousy. Do you understand? For some of you, these people was paid to do what they did. So to them, it's second nature. For a lot of us, these individuals, it's like they're actors, like they're paid actors. This is what they do. For a lot of them, it's like they've made a living out of it. And this is what I say. Don't ever think maturity comes with age where these people's concerned. Even the people in your family. Yeah, they played a big role. Off-schooled in performance. Do you understand? Until you saw through it. So now they're not even experiencing a smidgens of what they put you through. And these people can't take it. But yet, though, they feel they have the authority to seek revenge. Revenge for what? Revenge for you exposing yourself? Revenge for us seeing who you truly are? Revenge for the fact that we chose to just walk away? Or revenge for the fact that we exposed your lies? Okay. For some of you, I keep saying this as well. Want to plan some type of getaway? Thank you. Thank you. Oh, shit. It's funny, you know, even with the door shut, I can smell the, even when the windows open, I can smell the, excuse me, the clothes. And I'm sat there thinking to myself, why can I smell clothes? And I was like, oh, shit. I was so deep into doing this, I forgot that I put that lot on the fire. The times I've done that, and sometimes, especially when you're trying to channel the energy, it's like you learn to shut off any type of outside noise or distractions, especially like the cars going past or people walking past talking and that kind of thing. You learn to shut it out. And where you're so focused, this is why you should never have things on the fire. And being honest with you, because yeah, I've done that where I put things on the stove, and where I've been deep into channeling the energy, I've totally forgotten. I've gone outside. I kid you not. And everything had bubbled over. The pot had burnt dry. You know, the pot burns so dry, no matter how long you soak it for, you can't even scour that shit off. Yeah, I had to throw the pot away. But yeah, I caught it just in time. I didn't put it up that high, but yeah, it's been out there for a while now. So I've probably been in there for about 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. I'm not sure how long I've been on there, but yeah. They couldn't stop your passions, collective, in all honesty. That's the truth of the matter. They was assuming with the way they attacked you, they was hoping that it would have you like in such a devastating mode that you wouldn't recover, or they believed you wouldn't recover. Now this is Leo energy. You know what Leo represents? Leo the lion. So they was hoping that you wouldn't recover. So this is how you know these people have done this before. They've done this many cycles, always at a certain point. Do you understand? When you think about it, especially around the times where certain family members may pass away out of the blue, it wasn't an accident. That was strategy. That was them putting their plans and implementing them, because this is what they do. And all these people work together. So that making any sense? I remember I really said to you, yeah, if you look back on my videos, I said to you, yeah, these people have their little corrupt individual, their little inside workers, yeah, strategically placed in all walks of life. Do you understand? And now these people, these same set of people are being exposed. Just like in a hospital. Just like when I woke up and I caught some random doctor that I had no knowledge of that snuck into my room, pushing something into my drip. They don't usually knock on the door and let you know that they're coming in. I wasn't really asleep. I was, you just kind of like dozing. And any other time I've had observations, they do like a little knock and they just enter in normally. He didn't do that. This mother effer crept in the room, literally. And something made me open my eyes right at the right point. And I think God made that happen for a reason, so I could catch him bang to rights. There's nothing he could say as to why he was doing it. Even the excuse he gave, because I caught him off guard and I actually looked into it. I'm quite sure they give I don't know if it's whilst you're pregnant or after you've given birth, vitamin K shots. So when he said that, I thought to myself, what do you mean? So he didn't even have an answer up because he wasn't expecting me to catch him, if that makes any sense. This is how you know these people watch how you move. So for instance, when they give you certain pain relief and they know that it might knock you out, they know how long it would take for that shit to knock you out. So they might wait an extra few minutes because they would time it and see how long it takes for you to be in a deep sleep or a deep enough sleep that they can come in and do this shit to you whilst you're in this deep sleep and then cover that shit up. So that's exactly what they did. And they've been doing it for a long time, let me tell you. We never expected you to have the strength that you did. They never expected that. Just like they never, the two of ones, just like they never expected you to not only accomplish anything, they never expected you to move the way you was moving. They never, put it this way, what I will say is, they never saw this side of you. They never thought for a minute you would be this individual that sat in the forefront now, articulating yourself the way you are. Because you know when people keep trying to jump something into your head, slowly but surely, like what can I say? I won't say it penetrates, but it's like they're trying to brainwash you into believing, oh, you're just traumatized, you're unhealed, you got low self-esteem. These times you're out there hot skipping and jumping. So what's really going on? The math ain't mathing. And this is why I say the catalyst was your own family, period. So they're probably in the chat now spying with their weird ass self. Kind of the warlocks in my YouTube spying on a what is it called? Incognito account. Do you understand? Kicking yourself. But these people chose to believe you're lying ass, thieving ass family members. Do you understand? They didn't even question anything. There was no resistance. And they should have known. That's what I'm saying. This is why I say maturity doesn't come with age. Do you understand? Especially when you're the type of person that's just brutally honest. It is what it is, isn't it? I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing. Maybe how can I say? My presentation may not have been perfect. Like it might have come across a bit like rough. Yeah, but I worked on that shit. Do you understand? But don't push a bitch. Do you understand? I will tell you about yourself. So yeah, they was quick to believe it. And then what they was doing was they was doing their little spell work. Putting that energy around you. When you realize shit is not your energy, they can't do that. But once you're not aware of it, because you're not aware of it, you actually absorb it like it's your own energy and you act out. So it's literally like it was puppeting you. Do you understand? And this is how they was able to steal what they stole, spread their lies, and get people to believe you. When really you're just reacting to shit that you know they've been doing, but you just couldn't prove it at the time. But once you was aware of how they was doing it, it was game over. Curtains. Do you understand? The final draw. But they just assumed because there was like a little gang of them, therefore, oh, we'll have her tied up in no time. Really? Okay. Keep telling yourself that. That's why you're hop, skipping, and jumping on fake accounts. But look, here we stand. Bold faced. Do you understand? I ain't got nothing to fear. But you want us to fear you. How can I fear someone that hides on fake accounts? How can I fear someone that goes behind your back and spreading lies? I'd more respect if you came to my face and said what the problem was, but you can't do that because I was never the problem. Your own ego, your own insecurity, and your own greed, that's what the problem was. That's what the problem was. And now people can see it. It is what it is. Yeah. You want our life paused? No, boo-boo. No, boo-boo. We're just taking a breath to just relish in how far we've come, what we was up against. And I know in the chat because my ears are ringing. So it is what it is. Just I know that you people are just, at this point, you're just laughable. You're just laughable because you think you're going to sit and stalk and report and harass someone to try and get information on how you think you could worm your way back in. Try worming your way out of your own shit. Try worming your way out of your own skeletons. Try worming your way out of the karma that's on your head. But there's no way on God's green earth from I have the authority, I wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire. And that's my God-given right to feel like that. And I stand on it. You can screenshot that, clock that T. I don't give a damn. Because you think you can silence someone purely because they're speaking truth. But yet, though, it's okay for you to shout lies from the rooftops and then pay other people to assist you in furthering these false narratives about an individual. Just so you can steal. Or have some type of fake control. How can you control an individual when you can't even control your own emotions? You can't even control what's between your own two legs. So all that shit you projected onto us over the years and then sat back watching us battle, laughing. And then when it suited you, you would just pop in, pretending like you was checking that. You come into literally like relish in the evil deeds you was doing because you knew we was unsuspecting. Bitch, now we know. Where's any of you people? Funny that. I got clean and sober. Where are you people? Some of us have like alcohol problems as like a generational curse was in your bloodline. So some of you might have had, that might have been something that you had to heal. For everybody is different, you know? But then you have the family members that had knowledge of certain information, but chose not to heal the lineage. They chose to work with certain corrupt individuals to target certain individuals for pennies. Pennies, and you got to remember, because you was being paid, if you don't do the work fully, you're not going to get what you was promised, are you? But when you do the work and God blesses you, that shit can't be taken or stolen. Remember that. Do you understand? From you do what you're supposed to do, that is ancestral abundance. it just continues to flow. Do you understand? You might have realized that now. Too late should be your cry. It is what it is. But anyway, like I said, they didn't want you to be able to express yourself. For some of you, you went through like anxiety. I don't know the word for it. Where I don't know what, I think it's agoraphobia. Like you just had all these different fears for no reason. You couldn't explain why you had these feelings and these fears. You didn't realize where it was coming from. Now you do. So once you overcome those things, it was a wrap. It's not even that. The way these people exacerbated these fears was all deliberate. It was all to their benefit. Yeah. That's why they can't face you. You're still moving on to common waters though, anyway, so that's what it is. It's really funny. If you could see the table, yeah, the 6 of Wands fell on the Strength card, yeah? Don't play. Did you hear the sirens? Confirmation. What did that tell you? Once you stepped into your calling, it was a wrap. It was a wrap. You understand? Hung, Jewel, and quartered was these people. Luck's on your side. Bitch, don't play with me. 6 of Wands, you got victory. They didn't want you to achieve anything, this is why you was abused and abandoned from an early age. Do you understand? It's like they wanted these traumas embedded in you so that there was no way out. A lot of you went through a lot of things you didn't need to go through. They're going to pay for it, I promise you. I don't need to verbalize it because they know what it is. I've already spoken it before. But I noticed that when you hit certain truths, these people I can sense it because my ears are ringing. There's like levels to these ringing, you know, don't you? I'm thinking about it, it's both sides is ringing. It's like, yeah, I know. It's like you people are it's like you try to manipulate people's words or trip people up on what they're saying. So and you can then try and twist it to suit your narrative. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. Do you understand? There's a big difference. I'm not out here trying to manipulate people or deceive people. That's you people's job. It's always has been. And that's what you didn't like. It was all fun and games and you was making everybody else be the scapegoat. I ain't nobody's scapegoat. Do you understand? Nobody's scapegoat. This is why we'll always have victory. But you put outside validation and you want to project that onto other people. Guess what? From the most high validation, your ancestors validate you. Ain't shit anybody outside of me can tell me anything. That shit ain't gonna fly anymore. That might have worked in the past when I had certain traumas. Try that shit now. That's why judgment. Confirmation again. Thank you. That's why judgment's on these people's ass. Let's be for real. That's why judgment is on their mother bleep bleep ass. And that's me trying not to swear. So you know the Wheel of Fortune is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. Doesn't have to be. You could be one of these energies, or things could have happened, or you could have good things to expect in these seasons, or they could have been trying to steal certain things from you in these seasons. For some of you, they have. Do you understand? Like I said, and there's a pattern to these people. But it's only like when you was aware and then you started to speak up on it. It's like they up the ante is what I'm getting. They up the ante. It's like all they can do really is just sit in the shot shit. Is someone shitting herself? Or if somebody got the shit? All they can do is sit in the shadows. Why was I gonna say shit in the shadows? Oh, someone in the shadows shitting herself. That don't surprise me. That don't surprise me at all. And judgment is Scorpius. It could be a Scorpio getting judgment, or you could be a Scorpio, or the judgment could be starting in Scorpio season. You have to just put it wherever it resonates, I suppose. But yeah. And this is why I say top of the list is your own family, your own bloodline. And now I know what you're thinking because I did the same thing. I would sit there and I would think to myself, at first, I was like, because some of these family members, you've never really been around. You've always kind of been distant from them and you've just left it like that. So come to find out, they're one of your biggest haters. Like on some different levels. You're like, what? For what though? It's because they knew you had a calling. And they also knew you was nothing like them. And I think that's what pissed them off the most. Because all they did was project their insecurities onto you when you was unbeknown. You believed it was how you was feeling, and it wasn't. And you don't really care what people think. You understand? You don't dress to impress anybody. You don't do shit to impress anybody. Do you understand? You're not going to be easily led or bribed like these people because you're not insecure. But these people wanted you insecure because that's exactly how they are. And that's how that shit works, isn't it? They project their insecurities onto you. Do you understand? And then they then go out there and present or mimic and represent how you act or how you present yourself. Do you understand? Yeah. Confident. Tell me about it. You don't like your confidence. I'm quite sure I heard people say, oh, I'm going to knock her off her high horse and this, that, and the third. How about you knock off some of your karmic debt, boo-boo? Okay. Then I just heard, can't touch this. MC Hammer, can't touch it. Hammer time. Oh, we just dance with these with the shit pants. I think they need a couple of those MC Hammer trousers. Oh, so they wanted you to withdraw. Now you're the ones that's got to withdraw, innit? You ain't got no choice. You may not want to. You're being ripped away. That's what I would tell you. Karma's ripping your ass away, and the answers is ripping you a new one as we speak. But you still choose to not take accountability, and that's fine because nobody really cares. You're always looking for your validation. You wanted us to abandon our calling. You wanted us to abandon our path. You wanted us to abandon our dreams and aspirations. Hell no. Because I can account for what I've been doing all this time. Unlike some people, I didn't have to go out there and be like, oh, I'm doing this, and I'm doing that, and really you ain't doing shit. But sat in some dark room or playing some type of what the hell is that? Am I missing something? What was that noise? What was that? What was that? I just heard something. That's nuts. What was that noise? Oh, do you get some type of oh shit. Do you know I got a screenshot of that. Do you know what I just seen in the chat? 555. That's another synchronicity. 555. Look it up and see what the angel number for that is. But anyway, like I said, innit, they wanted you to withdraw from all your dreams and aspirations. And what they was doing was before was when you had certain ideas in the past that you attempted to start on, they saw it was an ghostman because they went and had cards poured on you. And they seen that had you have continued, it would have let. So what they did? They did their little magic to I don't know whether it be to block you or to send you some type of magic of like, you know, when you doubt yourself, oh, it's not gonna work, it's not gonna work. And then the minute you did that, shit started to go left. So then you just thought, oh, this is not for me. That's what they wanted. So then they called behind your back and they stole it from you. This is what these motherfuckers did. That's what they do. Because they're weak asses. So you've got to think to yourself, everything that you thought that you lost or was stolen from you is going to be returned to you. Maybe even extra. Because of the fact that you still continue to move forward, even with everything that they did. And then we'll try and do things to like rub it in your face is what I'm getting. So when people was turning up at places that you frequent, that was done deliberately. It was done deliberately to antagonize you. So the same way they did that to you for such a long period of time, it's been done back to them. Worse. I don't know who said worse one day, but yeah, worse. I wouldn't say worse, because I don't think that's even a word, is it? But worse. Worse than what they ever did you. Yeah, and we know it, and we still don't care. Confirmation, thank you. We have a emperor. I see authority figure, but this could be a new emperor. Well, not could be, it is a new emperor. If it was anybody from the past, it would be in the reverse. They have no say in that. It's like they try to force your will. They try to like bully you. They try to force us off onto you in that spiritual RAPE. Some of them is even doing that to you too. It is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat nothing. They do it too, so you can screenshot that and stick it in your pipe and smoke it. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, or this could possibly be an official, like, authority figure. Maybe even someone that it's kind of on your side is what I'm getting. I'm not really getting like someone that's against you. I'm getting someone that kind of is in a league of their own. There's nothing like these individuals. Possibly even somebody you're destined for a future with, which is why I also sense that these people were trying to target and attack purely because they felt as though you didn't deserve it, so they wanted it for themselves, or like they was more deserving. Like, even that alone, collector, is like, these people are, words can't describe, but I will start with vile, putrefying. But yet though, they hide and stalk on fake accounts. So it's best they stay in the shadows because they ain't shit over here for them. I promise you that. I don't know about anybody else, but I can speak for myself. And that's what I will say. But we didn't withdraw. You're still on 10. Now they're going to be forced to withdraw. All they can do is sit and spy like little weirdos. So continue to spy because we still don't care. Well, I still don't care, but I hope my collective feels exactly the same. Don't be fooled. Even when they try and do dumb things like communicate with you from fake accounts, pretending to be like a potential romantic partner and dumb shit like that. And then they try to shower you with compliments. It's all fake. It's all fake. All fake. There ain't no love in not one of these people's bones at all. The only thing they love is money. Money and a false sense of power when they can't even control themselves, which is weird. Yeah, so this came up in a reverse. So that kind of tells me there was someone that's supposed to be loving, that King of Cups, that could be like a father figure that should have been loving and caring and emotionally supportive. There was nothing. That's not who they were. Possibly these are the people that's being exposed. Maybe they hold certain ranking, maybe, or they manipulated themselves into certain positions with these falsities. Because a lot of these people are in professional positions they should never have had. Because they didn't really earn the merit. They pillaged to get where they are. So maybe they're being exposed. Maybe that's what they're portraying to the community or to the outside world. But then, like I said, behind closed doors, they're a barbaric animal. Clearly. But either way, you prevailed. So that's what really matters. You knew, no matter how it looked for the minute, divine timing is not a thing that you can actually stamp a date and a time on. That's just how that shit works. And you'll see the signs, you'll see the synchronicities. So it's like you kind of get the wisdom like that way, but you knew eventually there'd be a positive outcome. You knew that, and there was nothing that could change that. But they were trying to sway your mind from believing on that. So they tried all that little mind manipulation, all that madness. Even like suicide spells to try and make you think to yourself, oh, you're not good enough. You're never going to get justice. It wasn't about that. Once you gave that shit to God, it was a wrap for these people. These people wanted you to seek revenge or wanted you to like go on some type of rant. Do you understand? So they could be there to like record it, screenshot, whatever which way they was doing it. So then they could run to the authorities and say, see, she needs locking up. See, he needs locking up. Da, 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 da. Do you understand? Or they wanted you to do something stupid so that you would get yourself into some type of criminal trouble and get locked and sent to jail. Yeah. But you still find sanctuary amongst the chaos. You knew that the storm would dissipate. It was never your storm. Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of getting you stood in your King of Wands energy and you release certain burdens. Do you understand? You put out whatever it was you needed to put out, whatever prayer needs to put out to the universe, and you let that shit go. Sometimes when, even if you know you're deserving of something, sometimes you can like go beyond overthinking. It's like it can come to the forefront of your mind where that's all you think about. So you kind of get yourself into like a state and end up in like a little rabbit hole. That's what they wanted. And you've got to think to yourself, when you stay in that kind of environment, it does lower your vibration because then when you don't see the outcome that you're expecting to see, it's like it makes you sad, innit? And then if you continue to stay in that type of energy, it just exacerbates what you're feeling. What these people do is they then start throwing negative energy towards that to make you feel even worse. And because you're already in that low mind state, that's why shit sticks to you so easily. Once you know your energy, that's what you know. That's why nowadays you got to cleanse your energy. But either way, once you did that and stood in your own power, it was game over. You released that shit. So now, listen, them towers, ooh, I don't think they really want you to know, or it's either they don't want you to know, or they're trying to present as though they're not experiencing what they're experiencing, or they're still trying to put on the facade, is what I'm getting. But those that know can see right through it. And they think because no one's questioning them, I'm sensing, or challenging them, they believe that they're fooling people. Oh, I'm sorry for laughing, but I kind of get is that they're not that important for anybody to really care. Let's just say that they're not really that important, but it is what it is. But yeah. So, yeah. What is this? The Knight of Wands on the bottom, your force of nature. Listen, you change energy. And I've noticed that as well. I've gone to certain places and I noticed an energy shift. And this is how you know that certain people is emanating out of demonic energy. Because you see when you're assertive and you know you're in the right, and instead of people taking accountability, they want to deflect and then get kind of rude. Especially in people in certain positions of work. I noticed that. But once you stand on business, all of a sudden their tone changes. The minute you say, okay, then, so I have a right to ask for your information so I can make a complaint to your corporate office. Do you understand? All of a sudden now they want to ban you from their shop. Hold on a minute. If you've taken money for a product they haven't received, and then your only excuse is, oh, you haven't been given the info on it. That's not the customer's problem. That's your problem. So maybe your employees should collaborate a lot more. Do you understand? Or communicate with each other a lot more. Either way, I clocked certain shit and I thought, oh. It's like when you become assertive, especially being a melanated person, yeah, you don't even have to be shouting, you don't have to be swearing. Just you being assertive and letting people know, yeah, you have every right to feel irritated because you're being lied to and misled. Why don't you just be honest? Do you understand? Because what they're saying doesn't add up. But then the minute you want to go above their head, they refuse to give you the information that you're entitled to. And that's something I've seen very, very clearly. And I found it funny, and I thought to myself, the minute someone else came into that establishment that knew me, their attitude changed. So why should your lies hold weight just because you work here? You could just be a volunteer for all I know. I'm a paying customer. So why would not my words hold weight? And I have my receipt. So what are you talking about? Do you understand? Something like that happened earlier on today, and I wasn't having it. If I ask you for your information, you're supposed to give it to me. That's my right to make a complaint, especially if you're behaving in an unprofessional manner. You can't then say, oh, well, I didn't like your tone. What do you mean? You mean because I'm being assertive and I'm making it very clear how you are in the wrong? Do you understand? But you want to make excuses and skit around the subject. Yeah, not having it. And then the minute someone else comes in there that actually knew me, oh, straight away they went from trying to be loud, man, and be like, oh, I don't want to talk no more. That's an act. The minute someone came in the shop that actually knew me, it's so funny. All of a sudden, they've gone to the back, and I think I might ask her to speak to one of the delivery drivers. And then they came back outside from I don't know if it's like the store cupboard or whatever the case may be. And then even like the tone of voice and everything was like butter wouldn't melt. Like, I made the phone call and I'm afraid to hold on a minute. You wasn't talking to me like that just 2 minutes ago. So don't change your tone now, boo-boo. Stand on the shit you would stand on the energy you had just a minute ago. Do you know what I'm saying? I said you can be nice now, but guess what? I'm still putting in that complaint. Watch me. I'm not playing. Yeah, you're still moving on to common waters though. You still find harmony. And for some, I think Three of Cups is celebrating, isn't it? You still find happiness. That's another thing as well. You see when all this madness is going on, it's like you have to see the bigger picture. You have to see beyond that, if that makes any sense. Whereas these people, because they're so low vibrational, they can only see things on one plateau, if that makes any sense. They can't see the bigger picture. Because it's like they're living in the moment. Excuse me. Spiritual birth. But yeah. So a lot of you are celebrating. You can be invited to, I don't know if it's going to be like some type of party, or someone might have some type of, could be a wedding, engagement. Someone else might be having some type of party for something that they've achieved, and you may get like an invite. But yeah, you should know, or you should have discernment at this point to know who and who you can't trust. I would just say, if you get any random invites, especially from family members, I would respectfully decline. Yeah, I respectfully decline. Or they might try and do it for somebody else. Like they like to think someone that you may least expect. Yeah, you have to go King of Swords on someone's ass. Oh, that's not even. Oh. Yeah. Your justice is here. Justice is here. Justice has been here, but what I'm trying to say to you is, which is Libra energy. Oh, we're in Libra season. Oh, so okay. I think your integrity spoke volumes, is what I'm getting. And it's funny how this card is Libra energy, and I believe we're still in like Libra season. So currently, this is now, is what I'm getting. This is happening now, like not yesterday, not 2 days. I'm not now. Currently, this is happening. Justice, everything's being balanced now as we speak. Oh, thank the Lord. All praises. But don't worry, you're secure. Anything you're building on, any business ideas or anything like that, is protected. I will say that it's protected. For some of you, you may meet someone that's a business owner, or someone that has something to do with like finances. It doesn't have to be like a partnership. It could be like business partnership. It could be like friendship. Do you know what I mean? It could be someone that wants to support you, but either way, he's there and these people, they want him to be here. It's like, oh, I want control over your life, but I can't control my own. And then you've got some people saying like, oh, if I can't have you, nobody can. Bitch, you made your choice. You made your bed. You better lie in that shit. Period. If they made their bed, they can lie in it. So I'm not sugarcoating that and being nice about shit anymore. It is what it is. I said what I said. Yeah, you're already in your fresh start. For a lot of you, I think For some of you, you know you've been making progress. I get it. But it's just how you viewed it, if that makes any sense. But you're gonna actually see the progress in both aspects is what I'm getting. I mean the progress from all the work you've been doing, and I'm also getting the process or the progress of where these people have effed up. So I don't know if you're expecting some type of news or some type of information coming in. I don't know how it's going to come in, but what I will say is you have a fresh start. Your fresh start is said there's nothing these people could do. They couldn't steal it, they couldn't block it, they couldn't slow it down because you were in it. And yeah, they sat there calling you a fool, screenshotting your shit, laughing at you, poking fun, mocking you to the little, what do you call it, the little group chats. Who cares? But yet these are individuals that are still doing the same shit that they was doing 10, 15 years ago. Ain't nothing changed. If anything's changed, I'll tell you this, they just got worse. Yeah, they just got worse. And that's what they didn't like. Yeah, you're in your Queen of Pentacles. Some of you are in Queen of Pentacles energy. Or people see you as a Queen of Pentacles. Like someone's actually speaking truth on your character, basically. Even though these people thought that they buried you. It is what it is, I suppose, but yeah. So I'm expecting some phone calls too. Yeah, then you're a star, baby. You're a star. People see your star quality. They see your creativity. They also know that a lot of these individuals was actually stealing your ideas and copying your ideas and then trying to act like you were trying to steal their ideas or you were jealous of them or you're trying to copy them. But people that know you, that know your characteristics, they know who the fake person is. Do you understand? It doesn't matter who they pay to keep reporting your posts or keep reporting your videos. Do you know what I mean? To try and get you shadow banned or to slow down your platform, to try and mess up your finances. But you know, trying to mimic and impersonate you and steal your ideas to then benefit from it. And whatever they did benefit from it, for some of you, you're going to have quite a few lawsuits. Let me just say that much. Yeah. They stole some shit. And they got paid for it too. Yeah, you defended your position, but defending it in the right way. They expected you to I kind of sense that they push some type of narrative on how you're gonna respond, but that never transpired is what I'm getting. And this is why I say that these people are being asked questions they can't answer. Do you understand? Yeah, they're being asked questions that they can't answer. Let me see what the ancestors have to say. I love the ancestor cards. Yeah, I love the ancestor cards. Well, ancestors are working with us. What is that noise? What does that mean? Oh, life goal achieved. What does that mean? I kept hearing this noise thinking, where the hell is that coming from? I read that before. Like, this is the first time I've heard that noise. I'm thinking, what is that? But yeah, and the mad thing is I tried not to think about people that we lost. And the story that, or the narrative that was put out there for these people's demise, untimely demise, it wasn't genuine. And I know a lot of us had people that were super close to us, and their passings did a lot of damage, if that makes any sense. Like, it hit us hard, you know? It was amusement to these people. Mm-hmm. And it's sad because these people should still be here living their best life, you know? And that shit I don't take lightly. Not one bit. But I do know when the time is right. You can't force things like that. When the time is right, the truth will come out. You know? But these individuals have a lot to answer for, including these family members, because, yeah, they played a big part. All their collaborations is what I will say. They worked in tandem with other people also, but they all did it in secrecy. I know some of you was probably wondering, like, why certain people just out of the blue just turned on you coldly, like, and you're thinking, like, what the hell? But some of you, it had an effect on you because you didn't understand what the hell you did. And the way they did it, that was all strategically done to keep you in that low mindset. Do you understand? Our ancestors are working with the collective spirit. Please and thank you. Okay. Okay. Stop it. Okay. Oh, I get it. I get it. So I think these are the answers that was protecting us. Yeah. I know some of you probably found it hard to forgive. I get it, because we've all been there. You know what I mean? But I think the most important thing is forgiving yourself. I like to put him in numerical order. I don't know why my mind's thinking that, but yeah. So we've got now, let me just say this. I might not pronounce it perfectly, but I'm a work in progress. I think it says Nana Baluki. Hopefully. If I didn't, ancestors, I apologize. And the next one is number 11, the card of pleasure, Tanit. And I know I'm saying this. And then the next card is Quitesh, sacred lust. Soul forgiveness. Mabukumu, forgiveness, soul forgiveness. Yeah, a lot of us have to forgive ourselves. And I think a lot of us, I know I did, I find it hard, especially around people that was close to me that I knew, I knew how they died wasn't accurate. Do you understand? Because I knew them. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, because it was a shock as well, some of it, it kind of made you spiral. But that was also with a lot of spell work as well. So once they saw that you was in that energy of grieving, they started to go to work. Yeah. They were trying to put you in that same energy as the people that you lost, basically. Because that's what makes me really strongly feel that they played a big part. If that makes any sense. From what way, shape, or form, I'm not sure if it was someone they was connected to. Them in that energy so that when they did all their little rituals, they will succumb to certain things. But yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, but your ancestors was protecting you. This is why I'm always grateful for my ancestors. Literally. And my past over loved ones, especially your past over family members. So card number 1. Oh, and it says it's a threshold guardian. So okay, so this is about your seasons. So this is an ancestor that was protecting your seasons, and they're a threshold guardian. So card number 2. Let's have a look. Card number 2. Element of air. And it says your guidance is you have entered a new cycle that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in divine timing. Don't be in such a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. I can relate to this. I'm not going to lie. I can relate to this. Yeah. I've been like that before. I've been impatient. Yeah. But I've learned to just like let divine timing happen when it's supposed to happen. Do you know what I mean? Don't try and force things. When you try to force things or bend things, things F up basically. And it's another reason why these people probably get in hellfire, purely because they never let things manifest properly, like they force things with their rituals. And now they gotta pay the price. And your declaration is I am limitless. This is why they had you hooked at like some battery. So you were supplying the energy to bare people, including your disgusting family. No, I said it. I know you're in the chat listening, and I really don't care. You will not silence me. And Tanit is the goddess of pleasure, the temple of conquerors, another element of air. So this makes me feel to myself that the ancestors are teaching you how to channel your own energy. Thank you. Thank you. Confirmation. Thank you. And your guidance is you are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust. Now sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. Which I can interpret that as you like to do things that uplift you and make you feel good, but at the same time give you, whether it be like a physical achievement or a sense of achievement, if that makes any sense. Whereas you may not have done that before, or if you did, you're doing it on a more low vibrational scale. So that's like basically saying you've learned your lesson and come into alignment with your own true divine energy, which is good. Oh, your declaration is it feels good to feel good. I know. It feels good to feel good. I agree. I totally agree. Especially how they wasn't expecting you to even live to see this year. It wasn't supposed to be here. Now this one is Sacred Lust, Quitesh, if I'm pronouncing it. This is the temple of lovers. The goddess of sacred lust, Egypt. This is the element of fire. So some of you are very fiery. You are a erotic creature. So some of you are very alluring. It's an energy that you have. that you emanate. You don't chase, you attract. But you can also attract the wrong type. So you got to be mindful. Because you got to remember, the devil still came presented as an angel of light. I've come to help. That's why you got to have discernment. You have a divine right to experience sensual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. So a lot of you was in one-sided abusive relationships is what I'm getting, where you wasn't satisfied. You was it was always the other person that was made sure that they were self-satisfied. Do you understand? There was no give and take. It feels good to feel good. So that's twice that one's come out. That's weird. It feels good to feel good twice. This is hilarious. All right, then the next one is number 28. 28. Let me see. 27. Or maybe these people have texted me to say that my table and chairs there. Mebokumu, I think. If I got it wrong, I apologize. All right. Element of bush, temple lovers, goddess of soul forgiveness, Bantu. Your guidance is, why do you need to forgive? Let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you from you. And it's kind of like why I say that when you forgive individuals, it's not for them, but they want to manipulate and twist things and make you think or try and put out this narrative or this perception that, oh, forgiveness means reconciliation. I beg to differ. Okay? Well, anyway, so your declaration is, I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others. Yes. I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others, which is good. I like that one. Oh, we got Oya. Yeah, so somebody's got some storms brewing. And their ancestors are pissed. So yeah, just under an hour. That's good. I've been waiting so many days for these blinking table and chairs. Literally. And I've been looking for some because I want nothing big because my footman is not that big. Do you know what I mean? I wanted something like neat and cute. And then I finally found some. And I thought if I wait, because you know what I mean? If I usually I'll debate on it. Do you understand? And sometimes that debate might get a bit sidetracked. And then by the time I've come back to it, it's gone. That's happened so many times. But something said to me, Natos, you can't let this pass you by. Yes, I jumped on it. But yeah, then the place I got it from, they're just, considering the organization that they are, they're diabolical. Do you know what I mean? Their staff are unprofessional and very rude. To me, it struck me a bit bias and non-accountability. Like, if you know you're in the wrong, how can you argue with someone when you're in the wrong? That makes no sense. There's a lack of accountability, and I don't like that. So if I see things like that, you will never have the pleasure of my presence in your store. Period. Sometimes with these kind of people, give them an inch and I take a mile. Give them an inch and I take a mile. That's true. But I wanted to Who? Sun Seals. Thank you. Thank you for what? Speaking the truth. What's the point in lying? That doesn't make any sense. And then and then you get caught out, so you want to make up more lies to cover up the original lies, and I ain't got time for that. Those that do want to live like that, that's up to them. But I won't be a part of individuals like that. I'm so sorry. Nah, I grew up on lies. If lies come in human form, they'd be my ex-family members. Yeah, if lies came in human form, it would be my family members, including a very nasty stepfather. Yeah, you know what he did. You know what he did, and you're going to pay for what he did, so it's all good. You weaponize certain things to your advantage. You're going to pay for that too. All right, let's see what animal spirits we got today. May you always be on the inner quest. Yeah, that's true. You should always be on a quest for evolution of self. Especially when you grow up on lies. Can you send me what animal spirits is working with collective energy? Okay. I love when that one it's come out again. And it matches my name. I like that. Oh, I like when that comes out. Is that my energy making the cards fly up in the air like that? Okay. Sometimes we have one of each. Two of the same. Okay. Ookie. What's on the bottom? Hawk. Right, there's the book. Sorry. So we got the unicorn again. All right, let me start with the fish. Look, I just opened up on the right page at the right time. Restlessness, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to wariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish becomes lost without clear goals and intentions. That's good. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. When out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring it to balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. So if any of you's been doing that, then this message is for you. Do you know what? I just literally turned the page straight away and it came up on the right card. I didn't even, you saw it anyway because I got it in my hand. Look, the wolf. Guardian of the family and tribe, activism, ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Oh, shoot. Do you know, I never knew that TikTok eats so much battery power. Someone said to me, look at my battery. Because I was in there doing a live one day. Imagine. And I think it was the first time I had quite a few likes and shares and gifts. And then the phone went dead. Yeah. And then the phone went dead. I lost it all. Yeah, I lost it all. But anyway, Healthy Wolf Energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian effort, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Ooh, another confirmation. When you're in balance, you're reliable, democratic, and fearless. When you're out of balance, you're judgmental and dominating. To bring yourself into balance, practice letting go. I get that. I've been there. Not of lately, but yeah, in the past, I know I definitely have. I couldn't own that shit. Like raccoon. Never had this one before. And some of you hiding your talents. The raccoon says it's talented, shadowy in hiding. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self image and success, sometimes using a stage name or wearing a mask works in artist's favor. I have no idea, but yeah. When you're in balance, you're a generous friend, exceptional artist. When you're out of balance, you're a competitive, starving artist. What was I thinking about food? Starving artist is in like starving for attention or something. To bring yourself into balance, make new work. And the last but not least, we got the unicorn. That's why I call myself unicorn. I was gonna say buffalo, but this high priestess buffalo just didn't really sound right. That's what my grandma used to call me, buffalo. When I looked at what it meant spiritually, I understood. But when I was a child, I used to hate that. Like, why would you call me that? I'm not gonna lie, I was angry. Why are you calling me that big ass buffalo or something? And it actually means strength as well. Yeah, but my grandma's not here anymore. The unicorn is reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's a spiritual card as well. I just basically, because I've read this one before, but it's your the unicorn and it's related to your sixth chakra, and it's about your third eye. The exact place from which the unicorn horn extends. This center is called the Ajna chakra or command center. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our two eyes see the past and present, while the third eye peers into the future. Your future is bright, collective. If we can have that vision, your future is bright. I would say that. Our future is bright. So we're all a collective in it. So nobody gets left behind. But you got to do the work. It's not about people being carried. It's not going to work. Or having these clones that they can hide in between a collective. No. So call a spade, call out a fake, and call a fake a fake. Excuse me. Excuse me is what I would say. But yeah. So hopefully something resonated with somebody, even if it's only a little bit, but a little bit is better than nothing. So yeah. So hopefully I will see you guys again very, very soon. Thank you for all your like, shares, and subscribes. So hopefully I shall see you soon. And I got 1p. Well, 1p is 1p, I suppose. 1p is 1p. What is this? Thank you. Same old, isn't it? You say you have a
Ghanaian women in Ghana.
or a beast? Are they?
Ghanaian women in Ghana, the obesity rate is 34%.
Oh wow.
Ghanaian women in the West, the obesity rate is 55 to 60%. Ghanaian women. Yes.
Oh no.
What do you think the